Welcome back, guys, to the Six Pennies podcast. Unfortunately, today we're down to four pennies again. Mock can't join us, but Timmy is here. How are you doing, Timmy?
Doing pretty good. Ready for the big Oscar night?
Yeah, it's Sunday night, right before the Oscars, and as far as like TV commercials and stuff like that, it's only second to the Super Bowl. So the Oscars are a really big thing, and we wanted to do something a little different today. We wanted to do kind of like a preview predictions podcast before the Oscars, and we're gonna kind of choose and pick who we think we will win each category or each major category. And then tomorrow we're gonna record like a reactionary pod as well to see who got it right and how how off we were and stuff like that. So it should be very interesting.
Well, the way we're going to do this in terms of format is we're going to take turns choosing first for each category. And the rule is that the second person always has to pick a different winner. So that'll make sure that there's no ties, and we'll definitely have one person who wins.
True. And I will say a big disclaimer is I have not seen any of the movies except for Arrival. So
Wow.
so everything I'm gonna do, it's literally off the cuff, my own feelings and predictions, and just see how good I am at guessing.
I've probably seen like 3 of them, so
Okay.
not way ahead of you or anything.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We'll leave the best picture for the last one, but let's go through some of these other categories here. Yeah, let's do actor in a leading role. So we have Casey Affleck, Andrew Garfield, Ryan Gosling, Viggo Mortensen, and Denzel Washington, who I guess I agree now is an A-lister. He's still an A-lister.
Yeah.
Out of those 5 guys, who do you have winning, Timmy, and why?
I get first pick?
Yeah, it's all you.
First pick, I'm going to take Denzel. I'm going with that A-lister.
Wow.
It is the Milestone Career Award. I think he's going to get it.
You're not going with La La Land, Ryan Gosling?
No, I mean, he didn't win in any of the other award shows, I don't think, leading up to this, and normally that's a pretty big indicator. I think Casey Affleck is probably the best competition, but I'm going to go with Denzel.
Okay, so you take Denzel. Out of the 5 guys or 5 movies, I haven't seen any of them. So I'm going to go with Andrew Garfield, and only because his amazing role of Spider-Man.
Oh, yikes.
So for me, I'm going to go with Andrew freaking Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge.
All right, you can have Spider-Man. Let's go on to actress in a leading role. We have Isabelle Huppert for Elle, Ruth Negga for Loving, Natalie Portman for Jackie, Emma Stone, La La Land, and Meryl Streep, Florence Foster Jenkins. Who are you going with?
This one is easy for me. So I'm in the bedroom of my house right now. In the living room, my fiance is watching Devil Meets Prada. So I'm going to pick Meryl Streep because she is amazing, and she is the LeBron James of actresses.
You're going with the career award for this one, huh?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to take also the easy answer, who's Emma Stone for La La Land.
I think you love Emma Stone now.
Yep, La La Land. I'm going with her, not Ryan Gosling.
Wow, okay. All right.
I haven't seen any of the other movies on the list, by the way. I only watched La La Land. From what I hear, Meryl Streep wasn't as good in this movie as she has been in some previous ones. Otherwise, I probably would have taken her too. So that's a solid choice.
But I mean, her B game is like everyone else's A game, right? So she should win just by default, just by talent alone. All right.
We'll see.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to the actor in supporting role. We have, I can't pronounce his name, Ali in Moonlight.
It's Remy from House of Cards.
Oh, okay. Remy from Moonlight, Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges, Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel in Lion, or Michael Shannon in Nocturnal Animals. What do you have, Timmy?
Oh, man. I like Remy. I think he's been in a lot of stuff lately. He was in Hidden Figures. He's in the Luke Cage series. But I'm going to go with Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water, because that's the only one that I watched, and I thought he was really good in it.
Very nice. For me, I'm going to go with Dev Patel.
I knew it. I knew you were going to go with the Slumdog Millionaire.
And it's not even because of Slumdog. It's because of Newsroom.
Oh, Newsroom.
Yeah, so I'll go with Dev Patel.
You love that Sorkin stuff.
Yeah, I do love Sorkin. Okay, what's next, Timmy?
Actress in a supporting role. We got Viola Davis in Fences, Naomi Harris in Moonlight, Nicole Kidman in Lion, Octavia Spencer in Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams in Manchester by the Sea.
This one's so easy for me. I'm going with Dawson's Creek's
I
Michelle
knew it.
Williams.
I knew it.
I obviously haven't seen any of these movies, but I hear Michelle Williams is awesome, so let's go with her.
I went with Denzel for Fences, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Viola Davis for Fences too.
Wow.
I don't know, might as well, right? But I don't understand why she's actress in supporting role. She's the only lead actress, I think, in the movie. It's pretty strange that she got placed here.
Yeah, you got me because I definitely didn't watch it, so couldn't tell you anything about that movie. I didn't even know Denzel was even up for any of these awards until 5 minutes ago.
Man, this podcast is incredible. What's next?
All right, so this one I'm a little upset with. Animated feature film. I'm gonna go through the list, but I'm upset because the movie that I liked the most this past year, animation-wise, is not even on the list. But it includes Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, My Life as a Zucchini, The Red Turtle, and Zootopia. Who do you have, Timmy?
Wait, what's the one that's missing for you?
Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed Sing. Like Sing was amazing and entertaining. I watched Zootopia and Moana. I
Yeah,
didn't
me
watch
too.
any of the others, but Sing is like by far better than those two that I watched.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen Sing, but I also have only seen Moana and Zootopia. Oh, it's a really tough one because it's really between The Rock and the sloth scene in Zootopia, which is incredible. I'm gonna go with The Rock. Let's go Moana.
Wow, okay. So with the Samoans, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
For me, I'm gonna go with My Life as a Zucchini. That
Okay.
is like the most interesting title I've ever heard in my life, and so I'm gonna go with that movie, My Life as a Zucchini. Do you know anything about that?
No, it sounds like Veggie Tales.
Okay, true. Okay, so now we have two of the bigger categories, and they usually leave these two categories for the end of the night. The first one we'll go through is Best Director. So we have the director of The Arrival, Mel Gibson in Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land's director, Manchester by the Sea, Kenneth Lonergan, and Barry Jenkins, Moonlight. Who do you have?
No, it's me first again. No, it's you first this time. But
It's me.
I have to add, I think it's great that you just called them the movie's directors.
Yeah, I didn't want to butcher their names.
All right, you're first on this.
This one's easy for me. It's gonna be Braveheart's Mel Gibson.
I knew it. Man, you're so predictable. You're just going for the
only the people I've heard of. Like, why am I gonna choose Kenneth Lonergan? Like, who is that guy? I'm gonna go with Mel Gibson. I think it's his third comeback now into Hollywood, and so he's gonna take it.
No, the answer is definitely Damien Chazelle for La La Land. I don't think it's any contest. I haven't seen the other movies, but apparently he's definitely the leader.
Is it because it's really hard to direct a musical, or was it that much better than everything, or what?
Well, again, I haven't seen the other, so I don't know. But in terms of like the different cuts that they had and the cinematography during it, it is pretty impressive for some of the scenes where it's like uncut or it appears to be for very long musical sequences.
Yeah.
So I guess that's impressive. I don't really know.
Yeah, we have to give some props to La La Land. It's like nominated for 13 different categories this year. That's the most for one single film since 1997 and Titanic. So even if they were to hit 50% tonight and get like 6 or 7 Oscars, that's an amazing accomplishment. So props to them.
So what would you say is the over-under?
I'd say above, so over 6.5 for sure.
I'll take the over for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you take over or under 8.5?
Probably.
You'll take over?
I would take the over, yeah.
Wow. I'll take the under for that.
Okay, so you take the under for 8.5. I've never seen this movie, but I would take the over of 8.5. All right.
All right, last one. The big one for the night.
The biggest one of the night. And the thing with this category is most categories you only have 5 nominations. But for Best Picture, the the Oscar board or the Academy, they changed it that where you can have 5 to 10 nominations, and this year they got 9 movies in it, and the movies are Arrival for Best Picture, Arrival, Fences, La La Land, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. Is this one me or you first?
I think this is the last one. We've each gone first once, so it's up or the same amount of time. So I don't know. Up to you.
So I'm going to go all in since I took the over under of 8.5 for
Oh
La La
man.
Land, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Best Picture La La Land.
Well, I mean, I wish I could have gone. I should have just taken it first. I'll go with Moonlight. But do you know how the voting for this one works?
No.
So all the other ones, it's just whoever gets like the highest number of votes. For Best Picture, that's not how it works. It needs to be somebody getting a majority. And so if on the first, they tally up everybody's votes and whoever's listed as first place for each of them. If none of them have a majority, what they do is they remove the bottom one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they go through and Lion, for example, has like the least. They just remove that one from the voting, and they go to a second round where they take all the people who voted for Lion first and take their second choice, and they add that on to the previous vote, and it just keeps going like that until one of them gets the majority. And so if that's the case, it's basically if there's a movie that is maybe not first on everybody's list, but is like second on everybody's list in addition to a lot of firsts, they'll probably end up winning. So that's why I think people say La La Land has the best shot, because for most people, it's definitely like in the top 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we don't have this, or maybe we do. Let's go through this real quick, because I want to give props to this here, and it's the original song. I just love "Can't Stop the Feeling" by Justin Timberlake and Trolls, so I want him to win. It'll be cool. Do you think Justin Timberlake is there at the award show tonight? He has to be.
I would guess yes, with Jessica Biel, right?
Yeah, I would love for him to win it and go up and give a speech. I would watch that for sure.
I guess that's not like the most. I guess that's exciting. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know anybody else in this thing, man.
That's true. Did he write the song or did he perform it?
I think everything he did. He wrote it, produced it.
For that, what category? It's La La Land. It's that City of Stars song. That's got to be the winner.
Oh, really?
Man, I got to rethink that 8.5 over under. It's just gonna win everything.
City of the Stars, La La Land, music by Justin Hurwitz. Okay, I'll look for that. But yeah, a lot of the heavy hitters this year are not a part of it, like Leo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey. I guess they just had a down year, I guess.
No, Leo won his Oscar last year, so he sat it out. He just took a big break. He hasn't done anything since.
That's true. He's full on dad bod right now.
That's right. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to finding out what happens.
All right. Yeah. So we will get back on tomorrow, and we'll do a quick review of who won and who lost, and we'll see what we owe each other. Thanks, guys.
We lost, by the way, but you know.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Six Pennies podcast. It's the Oscars reactionary edition. I wish we had a bleeping machine, because what the just happened last night, Timmy? What happened?
I don't know, man. It was insane. Wait, did you get to watch it, or what, were you?
No, I mean, I don't have TV. I don't have cable, so I saw a clip of the end when. I don't even know what happened, but I saw La La Land's staff go up there and basically just said, "Hey, you guys won." They read this out like incorrectly, so I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I have an antenna for my TV, and it broke, so I couldn't even watch anything yesterday. I was like following along on Twitter. It's pretty interesting. It's my first time like following along with a live event like that, just almost completely on Twitter. watching little clips and seeing people's reactions. It's kind of overwhelming. Do you do that?
I love Twitter. Yeah, I basically that's all I do.
It's like too much though when you're watching it, following a trending topic like that, and there's just hundreds and hundreds of tweets come in. It's too hard to follow for me.
Well, yeah,
I can't.
well, I don't really follow like the actual trending. Yeah, because you'll have like hundreds, like you
Right.
said. I just follow my timeline.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that, but like especially for sports, that's easy because I follow the right people. But for something like this, I don't think I follow enough people to get the full story. So I was trying to do the trending thing. It is insane.
Yeah, you just
But
need to follow the right people, man.
I guess. But anyway, at the end there, to give you the summary, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway went out. They're from Bonnie and Clyde from like 50 years ago. Literally like 50 years ago, I think the movie was. And so they're pretty old. They were reading, or Warren Beatty was supposed to read the winner for Best Picture. He took out the envelope, looked at it really funny, stared at it a couple times, and then finally showed it to Faye, who read out La La Land. And so they all jumped up on the stage, and then like a minute later, after a couple of people had already said thank you, some producers come up on stage and they reveal that actually Moonlight had won, and the wrong envelope was given to Warren Beatty. I think there was a lot of confusion about just Warren Beatty just not understanding what was going on, them just being too old and senile and not realizing I don't know, reading it wrong or just something incorrect. But it turns out like the mistake was really on the Academy Awards and the auditors who gave him the wrong envelope. And so there's a lot of confusion about that too, because Emma Stone later said like she was holding her own envelope that said that was the one that they accidentally read that said her name in La La Land. But it turns out that there are actually two envelopes for each of the awards that are on each side of the stage. There's one auditor on each side of the stage that holds that holds all of the envelopes, and then they give it to the presenter depending on which side of the stage they walk out on. I don't understand that. I mean, that seems like it's made for confusion, right? Like there's one side of the stage gives out one of the envelopes, the other side of the stage has to make sure they get rid of that envelope, and so on and so forth the entire time. It seems like there should have been more confusion before this.
Yeah, I wish we had Mock on, because freaking auditors, man, you can't trust them.
Yeah, definitely. And the biggest loser out of all this for me is definitely PwC. Like, if I were running a company and I had PwC auditing me, I would immediately switch to Ernst & Young or KPMG or something, or what's the other one? Deloitte. Yeah, one of the other big four.
But honestly, how, like, do you think it was deliberate? I think at least like 10% of me believe it was actually done on purpose.
By whom?
Whoever the decision makers are. It was like intentionally a WTF moment, just so we can continue talking about it, the day after.
And it's amazing that it's definitely worked. That's definitely one of the biggest conspiracy theories that I can think of. Like just making sure that conversation keeps going, and it worked. There's I think the ratings have been down for the past couple of years, so that's one way to make sure that it gets on everybody's minds.
Couple of years? Hasn't it been down for like a couple of decades?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think people really follow the Oscars other than us. I like to point out that, yesterday's version when we were previewing the Oscars, I talked about how I can't wait for JT to win the award and just for him to go up and do his acceptance speech. Even though we didn't get that, we did get JT opening the Oscars, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's very different for the Oscars because that's normally a very like uptight kind of show, and everybody's really formal, and so his starting number was very different. But that wasn't even the best musical performance of the night. It was definitely the 16-year-old who was singing the Moana song. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that. It wasn't The Rock?
She's amazing. The Rock did like a little 3-second thing where he sang "You're Welcome," but the feature was the 16-year-old Hawaiian girl singing Moana. It was amazing.
Okay. All right, let's go through our winners and losers, Timmy.
Well, I don't know if we really have to go through the winners and losers because I think it turns out that if you just pick people that you know from previous shows and movies, it normally doesn't work because I won 4-0. I mean, we missed out on a few categories together, but I won all the other ones.
And remember how upset you were when I was able to choose La La Land for Best Picture before you did?
Yeah, I was upset, but at least I got Emma Stone and Damien Chazelle because they got the wins, and then I picked Moonlight. I don't know why, but yeah, 4-0.
Was there any big upsets or anything from last night?
One of the upsets, besides Moonlight, I think is probably the biggest upset. Even though apparently it was a very good movie that we should probably watch.
Yeah.
But Casey Affleck beating Denzel was a semi-upset. He had already won some previous stuff, but
Oh
he
yeah,
had an
Twitter kind of
amazing,
blew up right there too.
yeah, he had an amazing acceptance speech where he thanked Denzel immediately because he's like, oh, one of the guys I first learned acting from was Denzel, and I just met him today. That doesn't make any sense. And then Denzel's reaction was priceless. He just stared at him like Training Day style, like he's about to shoot him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Denzel was not very happy about not winning. It's kind of like Sylvester Stallone last year. Like everyone thought he was gonna win, right?
Yeah. Well, going back to the conspiracy theories, though, I wanted to bring that up again because besides the possibility of just the Oscars or the Academy Awards trying to bump up their ratings, there are a few other things that I saw. One of them was that Leonardo DiCaprio is the one that presented the Best Actress award to Emma Stone. So he's standing there holding like her the little card.
Oh wow, Leo
So
was there?
Yeah, Leo was the one that presented.
Dang.
So he of course has been snubbed by the Oscars for so many years until finally last year. Maybe he was just trying to get back at them now and just happened to give Warren Beatty or put his card like on top of the one that was supposed to go to Warren Beatty
That's
right
awesome.
after. That's a pretty good one, right?
Yeah.
One of the other ones I saw was, all throughout the night, Jimmy Kimmel was kind of making fun of Matt Damon. They have like a frenemy thing going on. They've always like made fun of each other and stuff, like on his show and outside of it.
Yeah, it's been going on for years.
Yeah, so maybe this was just like the biggest Kimmel prank of the night, or maybe it was Matt Damon pranking Kimmel to make him look bad.
Wow.
Somehow. The other thing that I read online, which is kind of ridiculous, is about The Accountant, the Ben Affleck movie that is like an accountant who becomes like a killer or like
It's really overrated, by the way.
I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
maybe those PwC auditors were just upset about that movie making accountants look bad, and then they just messed it up, right?
Yeah, we really should get Mock on here because nobody likes accountants.
Let's not let him defend himself. It's more fun that way.
That's true.
And then, I mean, the only other thing that makes sense in this case is just, this whole year or the past year from now has all been upsets, right? You've had like not upsets, but maybe like last second victories, like the Super Bowl or NCAA championship or the 3-1 comebacks last year. It's just been nonstop, and maybe this is just the next step afterwards.
Yeah, I think it's just a part of life now. Like favorites are gonna lose and underdogs are gonna win. What's funny though, I did watch like a recap of the Academy Awards last night, right after the show, and they were saying the biggest thing about this mishap was that it's gonna take away from the actual result of who won because not many times does the Academy Awards give the best movie to the actual best movie of the year. So everyone's like, wow, they actually gave it to the movie who deserved it the most. So I'm definitely going to watch Moonlight now to see what the fuss is all about, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's about like a black gay young man, and so it's definitely different from last year's Oscars So White thing. I think minorities really took it this year with Remy from House of Cards and Viola Davis winning, and Jackie Chan getting like a lifetime honorary award. Did you see that?
Jackie Chan was there?
Yeah, he was there, like really high up in the audience, though. I don't know what happened.
Dang, in the nosebleeds?
He got the worst seats in the house. I guess he was honored for something. I didn't see it, but at least there's somebody Asian that's starting to represent.
Yeah, I also saw the guy. He's from the Middle East, but he was banning the Oscars or not showing up because of the travel ban that Donald Trump put on. But he ended up winning too, so that was cool.
Yeah, overall a pretty big pretty big night for minorities. So good thing that the Oscars are hopefully turning in that direction.
Yeah, happy Black History Month.
That's all I got. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys like this this really interesting format of doing a before and after the event. Let us know what you think. Please comment on our YouTube page and follow us on Facebook. Six Pennies Podcast. Thank you.